Hi there, stampers and crafters. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Tami from stampwithtami.com, and today I am going to show you how to create this gorgeous Christmas card. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and it is a fantastic design if you have a large Christmas list. I know it's early November, and it was a little frightening when I was in the mall this morning and they already had Christmas decorations up and Christmas music was playing, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's too soon. And then I thought, wow, it's coming. And so we need to start preparing. And it's time to start picking out your Christmas card designs. And you know I have hundreds on my blog, so there are many great designs to choose from. Now, if you have a larger wish list, I'm just going to share a couple of tips with you on how to manage choosing a design and creating your cards. You want to create a card that's a wow, right? You want your friends and family to go, wow, can't believe you made that. And you want it to be easy enough that you could make 50 to 100 cards. So you want to be looking for a design that's easy to duplicate, maybe not too many layers, and you want to make sure it's a wow card. And this card design is perfect for that. Something that you could make a lot of. The design is by my friend Karen Trelfa, and she knows all about mass producing this card because she made 110 of these cards for our Founders Circle swap last September. Wow, right? Another tip for when you're creating your holiday cards is do them assembly line. And when I say mass produce, I mean assembly line style. I mean I'm creating a bunch of cards at once. What you want to do is pick out your design, and that's what's going to take the most amount of time. So you can go to stampwithtami.com for tons of ideas, copy or paste any of those designs, or you can come up with your own. And then once you've chosen it, you want to order your supplies. When you get them in, cut all of your cardstock at once. Then do all of your stamping at once and embellishing, and then do all of your assembling at once. That's what I call assembly line. In fact, you'll find that designing your card is going to take you probably the longest amount of time. Once you get your supplies and start doing your assembly line, it goes really quick and fun. And it's fun to do with friends too. All right, are you ready to see this super cool card in action? Let's get started. One of the great things about this card is that it's so quick and easy to make. You could make a lot of these in a hurry. The other thing is we're using the Home for Christmas holiday buttons here, and they come 3 different designs in a pack, and they're 3 quite different designs, and yet they all look awesome on this card. In fact, I'm going to use the 3rd little star on this one that we make now. So it makes good use of the buttons as well. And I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this super cool foil. You're going to die when you see how easy this is to make. You're just going to do one of those V8 head smacks. It's so cool. All of the supplies that I'm using in this video are available in my online store simply by going to this URL or clicking in the link in the YouTube description below, or by clicking right on this video. And you can also get the downloadable PDF there with all the measurements. We're going to start by texturing the background, which will use the Big Shot die cut machine and the multi-purpose cutting platform that comes with it on tab 1. This beautiful folder is the Softly Falling folder in the 2015 Stampin' Up Holiday Catalog. Taking the Whisper White panel and a little bit to the top. It's centered, but slightly to the top. Sandwich that between 2 cutting pads and crank it through. And this gives us our really cool snow falling textured background. Next up, we're going to be doing some stamping. I'm using 2 stamp sets here. The Sassy Salutations is where the funky font Merry Christmas comes from. And Peaceful Pines is where our Christmas tree comes from. We'll be using this design. And we have Perfect Pines, which perfectly matches this set and cuts out our trees. So we'll get to this step in just a minute. First up is a little heat embossing with our words. I'll be using a Versamark ink pad. Pick that up and stamp it on the top center. And then just a little folded scratch paper here to collect our excess powder. This is gold embossing powder. Just pour that right over the top and flick off your excess right into that. Pour the excess right back into the jar. And we will be using our heat tool to melt that powder. And I'm just going to zoom in here so you can see that in action, because this is one of my favorite things, heat embossing. Oh, isn't that awesome? See it melting the powder? It is so cool. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, next we're going to stamp our tree in some Mossy Meadow. We're doing 3 on this. And I am going slightly off the edge, that's why I brought the scrap paper in. Leaving a spot for our second tree. I made those a little bit looser than the original, but it'll still look really cute. And 1 tree on some white scrap. We're going to cut out our tree with our big shot. We want the magnetic platform, 1 cutting pad, and our stamped tree. There are 3 different sizes of Christmas trees here. You want the largest one that fits over that image. Cutting pad on top and crank that through. And we're just going to go ahead and leave that right on the big shot and swap out our Christmas tree die for this little swirly dotty die. And if you own this die, you're probably wondering, what is that? Well, let me show you. Okay, not all of you were wondering that. Some of you knew this before I did. So we're going to line that up on top of our tree, put the cutting pad back on top, and crank it through. And your big shot's an ambi turner. It can go both ways. It pops out these little holes. I flipped it over, and you can see a couple of them were a little naughty here. They didn't pop right out. So I just took a paper piercer and just poked them out, just like that. Whatever was left. So it's easier to see them from the back than from the front. And while your big shot's out, you want a second tree in the red foil. The stamped image layers over the red foil, and bam, there's our ornaments. Told you it was that easy. I'm attaching this top layer with some snail adhesive. It's my go-to adhesive. Some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that sticks it right in the middle. I use snail adhesive again to attach this to the Mossy Meadow, the matching Mossy Meadow card base. And then you'll probably want to layer some white cardstock on the inside for your greeting. Got some Stampin' Up mini glue dots. These are another adhesive go-to for me. Taking the star from that button collection, stuck it right to a glue dot. We'll stick it right on that tree. I almost want to stick it on the top of the tree this time. Don't you want to see it up at the top of the tree? Oh, what the heck. We'll make this one even different because the star needs to be on top. I did like the other 2 down the bottom. With the star, I don't like the bow. I want the star to be right on the top. But with these other 2 designs on the side, I love the bow. So, bow, no bow, which one do you like the best? Post a comment below and let me know what you think. I love to hear from you guys. And be sure to visit my blog. I post there daily. And make sure you sign up for my weekly mailing list while you're there too. And get some free exclusive card tutorials from me every week. Thanks for joining me today.